So, how is everybody? All my mods showed up tonight. Like, my mods weren't able to make it, so I kept having to make more mods, and now it looks like I just have a bazillion mods. How is everybody? Happy Pink Friday. I was just 2 minutes late, guys. I was having a moment. You know, when you like get a hair or something on your lip gloss. So, and can you guys hear me okay? I just want to make sure. Hey, hey. Oh, thank you. I washed my hair earlier, but then I didn't have time to do anything with it. I was running around trying to get ready for tonight. Hey guys, I hope you guys are all having a good night. There's so much that happened today. It feels like everything's been like dry as heck, and then all of a sudden like everything like kind of popped off today, right? Like the freaking, you know, the whole DJ Khaled album mess, and then the Grammys. So I am so excited and happy about that one. I mean, but this is the thing too, you guys. It's like we kind of got to wait and see, like, okay, so you're not doing these secret committees, but what are you doing instead? So, and there's some new people in here tonight, so welcome. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. We do this every Friday. So I can be on here. I usually come on around 6:30, and then I stay for about an hour and a half because my son's dad gets off of work and comes and picks him up on Friday night. So I usually have to go so I can get the kid ready for dad. But we're always over on Station Head Monday through Friday in the mornings from 8 a.m. Pacific Standard, and that's 11 Eastern. Hey, Clinton. And then on Saturdays, I have a panel show with 3 other psychics. So there's 4 psychics in total. And then we just talk about everything that happened that week, you know, all the stuff that we can't talk about over here because it's completely uncensored. And during the weekdays, we always stream Nicki music. Hey, Tessa. Hey, everybody that's joining us. Blessings. So what happened with the Grammys is that because of the Weeknd's complaining so much, they said that they are going to take away like the secret voting committees. But like, have you guys seen any explanation about what they're going to be doing instead of a secret committee? Because that's all I kept seeing was that these, you know, secret people who are like industry experts and people who supposedly work in the industry or whatever, you know, are the ones that are running this and voting on it. Basically a bunch of old white men. So I don't know what they're planning on doing, you know, to replace this. Like, what is the alternative? Are you gonna let like the viewers vote on it? Because we were talking about this on Station Head the other day, that it's a bunch of old white men. Like, we know that they don't listen to rap anyway. So how are they able to determine what is good rap and what isn't good rap? You know what I mean? And I was like, it's the fans. Like, we're the ones that listen to all these albums. We're the ones that are, you know, streaming and buying and going to the concerts and watching the music videos and supporting. So why don't we get to vote on who's the person, you know, that we want to win Artist of the Year or whatever it is? Oh, thank you so much, you guys. I really think that I think all of these award shows should be fan voted. Well, this is the whole thing. Hey, real Barb, this is the whole thing that like also like doesn't make sense, because I'm like, y'all are the ones like these, you know, industry experts and people who worked in the industry, like basically they're trying to say like record label executives and all that, right? I'm like, y'all are the ones that make all the money off of these artists though, so it's not a fair process anyways. Because, for example, if you on the Grammy committee are somehow making more money off of Adele, you know, and her streams and her records and everything like that, why would you vote for Beyonce if you're not going to make anything off of her because she's not on your label? So it's just like the more that you find out about, like, because now they're starting to talk about who's a part of these things and exposing more and more of it, the more I'm just like, ugh, like it so like frustrates me. And it makes even less sense, you know? Well, less sense as to like why like this is even allowed to happen is what I mean. It makes more sense as to why things happen, but why has it been allowed to go on this long? Hey, Ezra. I know. That's the other thing too, though, that like really is like, how do we even know that they're properly counting our votes? Like, it's just like such a mess. Hey, AC102. And hey, all my mods, thank you for being here. And if I didn't get to directly address you, I am sorry. So it's just, I mean, we're like, hello. We're really like sitting there wondering if they were actually properly counting our votes for the presidential election. So if we don't even know if for like elected officials, if they're properly counting our votes, why would we think that the Grammys or any of these award shows would actually be really doing it? Oh, you know what? I save all these pictures of Nicki, but then StreamYard, like always says like it's too big or it's not the right file or whatever. So then I end up just like, because I'm, you know, trying to set everything up in the middle and doing something else, usually I just end up putting the same picture up. But when it's on YouTube, then I have more options with pictures. Right, Barbie Onika, like literally they should just like have them in the freaking room with all like 100 cameras from every angle, like aimed down on these people, watching them count the votes and certifying that it's real. I know, but you guys, her and Rihanna are performing at that charity concert next month. So, you know, the two people that we've been like begging, like, please, we want something from you. Like, we're both getting fed like at the same time from both of them. I was like, oh my God, God heard our prayer. So, oh, I know, Ezra. And see, for anybody that was asking about Nicki's hair, I can't remember if it was on Station Head or over here. This thumbnail, and then when she was at the MTV Awards, when she was wearing that really pretty blue dress, that's her real hair. Like Nicki's real hair is like all the way down to her butt. And she said too, that like a lot of times like she's worn her real hair out and people just assumed that it was a wig. So, because I was like, of course the queen would have long luscious tresses all the way down her back flowing towards that big booty. Well, does Rihanna flake out on concerts a lot? I mean, I've heard of Rihanna delaying releasing albums a lot, but I haven't heard of her flaking out on concerts. I know, Shay. I was like, listen, our prayers worked that we're getting the both of them to perform finally, right? And that we're finally going to get to see the two of them like actually like hold a microphone and like sing into it or whatever. So I'm like, since God has been listening to us, then let's keep talking to him. Yup, Ezra. I know. So, yeah, so it's gonna be virtual because of, you know, the pandemic. And I'm sure the last thing that, you know, risk Nicki wants to take is go traveling around when she has a new baby at home anyways. But they're gonna do a virtual performance for the concert. Like the whole concert, I think, is gonna be virtual, and it's to raise money for St. Vincent. You guys don't be mean to Rihanna. Well, you know what? I was just reading, shoot, where was it? I think it was on, I'll repost the page later. I have to find it because I screenshotted something else, but it's in my phone and I can't close YouTube to find it on my phone right now to pull it up. But it's like this kind of like blind item, you know, gossipy page on Instagram. I saw some like other like, it was on some other website that they were talking about it, how it's like the like best gossip thing or something. And so I went and followed it, and they like posted a bunch of stuff on their stories yesterday. And there was like an anonymous, you know, tip sent in something, and or she was talking to somebody that she was keeping anonymous who like is like a plug for the music industry or whatever. And she said that the girl said she didn't have any inside information on Nicki's album, that they're keeping a very tight ship around that, like keeping it like quiet. And as far as Rihanna, it's that Rihanna keeps like trashing the whole album. Like, and I've heard that from other people in other places too, that Rihanna will have like the album done and then she scraps it and says she doesn't like it and like wants to do all different songs. Wait, MTV has a special about Nicki's life coming out? I didn't hear about that. You know what, you guys? If Rihanna doesn't go, especially considering that, you know, she's flaked out or told us something was coming for so long and it didn't yet, and then this being a charity event too, everybody is gonna light her ass up if she doesn't go. So oh, MTV confirmed it? Ooh, cool. I can't wait to watch that. Right, Barbie Onika? Maybe that's what she's doing. I need to do another Rihanna reading soon. Maybe that's what she's doing. That's why she's playing Avon Lady so hard, because she's trying to get up all that money to get out of her contract. I know. I was like, whoa, Ezra got some tea. So Nicki feels like it's, oh, it doesn't correlate with her coming back. Ooh, a pop-up shop for the next era. That will be awesome too. Oh my gosh. That will be so awesome. You know what I just thought about, like, right before I got on? Oh, and I purposely wore my Aretha Franklin respect shirt tonight after they announced the Grammys thing, because I was like, put some respect on Nicki's name, damn it. But I was just thinking that I think I forgot to hit like submit when I was buying my Pink Friday shirt on Nicki's site. I think I like put it in my cart, put everything in there, and then forgot to hit like submit order. So I was like, oh crap. So I gotta go back on there and reorder it later if I didn't. Because I wanted a Pink Friday shirt to wear for Pink Fridays because I was like, oh, that's so perfect. Hi, Zuper. Hey, Victoria. A pop-up shop. Nicki Mirage, like Kylie was like one of the like kind of like, I wouldn't say first ever people to do it, but kind of like more like one of the more well-known. It's yeah, like the Halloween store. It's just like a store that kind of comes out of nowhere, you know, and just is open for like a day, a week, a month, you know, and they have just those specific items. And then when they're gone, they're gone. And then you can't buy those things anymore. So, because Kylie was doing that with her stuff too. I can understand that, Ezra. You know, and this is the thing, you guys, that really sucks is that there's you know, Nicki's received so much hate and so much, you know, like backlash just for the littlest of things, that now she feels like she's in a position where it's like, oh, I'm from the Caribbean and there's this and I wasn't ready to come back, but now I have to, you know, like it puts her in situations where she does feel like she's forced to have to do stuff that maybe she wouldn't want to otherwise. It's, you know, it's kind of the same thing as them asking Kamala Harris, like, do you think America's racist? Like, really, like, they didn't ask Joe Biden that. They don't ask Mike Pence that. But they put her on the spot. And then it's like, then she has to say some completely, you know, PR thing of, well, I don't think America itself is racist. And then everybody gets mad at her, you know. But if she said, yeah, America's racist, then everybody be like, well, how the hell are you in office, and use it against her, right? So, and you guys, please don't come over here talking about stuff if it's because another psychic said it, because I've told you guys over and over again, 99% of the YouTube beefs that start is because of subscribers running back and forth on people's channels and saying stuff, and then half the time it's not even real. But then YouTubers get mad and think people are talking about each other on their platforms, and then they start crap, and then people are in beef because of subscribers. So we don't do that messy stuff over here. And I don't read on other people's readings. We don't talk about other readers over here. So let's be respectful if that's what's going on. I don't know if that is what's happening. I just see people all accusing each other of that. But please, please, please just don't do that over here, because what other people get is their stuff. I like to get my own information. If you're telling me something that's all over, you know, Twitter or Instagram or whatever, or it was posted on the Shade Room, that's a completely different situation. But if it's like you heard it on another reader's channel and you're just running over to say it, don't do that. Okay, so, and you guys, Carlene was gonna try to make it tonight, but she's redoing her basement to turn it into what do you call, you know, like a whole studio and everything. So She's painting it tonight, so she wasn't going to be able to make it. But she said for sure she'll be here next week. She really wanted to, though, and she loves you guys, and she misses you so much. So, Ezra, I have no problem if you're sharing your own information. And like I said, I didn't know if that's what anybody was or wasn't doing. I was just letting you guys know why we don't do that over here, because we're not, listen, we're always over here trying to defend Nicki from messy people. So let's not be the same messy people that we hate that always fuck with our favorite, okay? No, I know you weren't being messy, babe. I know if it, like I said, if it's your own information, you guys are psychic yourself, like, and you're like, hey, I pulled cards or something and this is what I got, like, absolutely no problem. Love it. Please share with us. But I just don't want you coming over here and saying, psychic so-and-so on their channel said, you know, because then people say, oh, that lady's fake or this person sucks, and then like their fans see it and then go tell them that we're talking crap on this channel, and then all of a sudden psychic so-and-so is mad at me and I never even heard of them in the first place. So that's why I'm just like, no. So we're not taking questions yet, Pink Black Girl, because I have to explain how this all works first. So please hold your questions. So, alrighty, guys. So, oh, thank you for joining us, Carly's Angels. Hey, Gabby. So before we start, the rules for those who are new here, because there is only one of me. Oh, thank you, Princess Teddy. So there's only one of me, so I can only answer so many questions at a time and everything, guys. So how we do it is I let you know when we're taking questions, and then I let you guys get some up on the board, and then I say, okay, hold them, and I try to go through the ones that are up. If you don't get, you know, I can't, obviously, again, like I said, I can't answer every question, but if you 100% want to make sure that your question is going to be seen and answered, you can always super chat or super sticker. The whole purpose of why we do this every Friday is so that we can raise money to donate in Nicki's honor, and all of this is going to be donated to the public funds that is going, you know, to help when Nicki does drop, so that we can purchase a bunch of streams and downloads. So if I've already answered the question, Barb Bank, that's what it's called. I always like, sorry, I had a brain fart and I was trying to think of like the right name. So, but if I've already answered the question before, I'll let you know I already answered that on a previous one. There's a very large and growing Nicki playlist over here. So, because we try not to repeat questions, so that way we can make sure that we get some more of them. So please be respectful, guys. And also just to let you know, if you put curse words or any of the like poo emojis or stuff like that, like in your comments, that's usually when they get held for review. So, and then for who asks, oh, where's Carlene Barbionica? She's, I just said she's setting up her basement and turning it into a complete, studio to film in, and so she's painting tonight because her brother's helping her, and that's when he was able to help, was this weekend. So she said for sure she'll be here next weekend, and that she misses all of you guys. And then I'm gonna type in something, because I always forget to type it into the chat box. So mods, if you, one of you can just like copy and paste and then repost it. I'm putting my website. We're not taking questions yet, guys. Hold them for one more moment, okay? And if you guys can't follow the rules, the mods will put you on timeout. I'm not trying to use cap lock. Oh, that's what I was like, let me see. Oh, okay. Alrighty, thank you. I'm still learning all this stuff, guys. Like, I used to, you know what? I completely forgot too. Like, if you guys ever want to go look at my old readings on here, on Moonstruck TV, I think it's called, or A1R Psychic Radio. I used to be on the Avid Advice show with Persian Medium. So, but that's why I was like, before like I really started like getting into YouTube, I was on YouTube. It was just usually on other shows and channels and stuff. So I'm still figuring it all out. I'm more used to Instagram. So, alrighty, guys. You can go ahead and start dropping your questions. I'll let you know when to stop. I'm trying, Gabby. I'm trying to learn. Oh, we will talk about that, Xavier. We will talk about that in just a second, because I was waiting for us to get there. So the real Mitch, I already answered that like so many times, and there's actually like a whole video addressing Nicki and Rihanna. I have a laptop. That's what I'm reading all your guys' comments on. Hold the questions, guys, so that I can get through. And you guys don't listen. We ask questions like about Nicki, but we're not gonna say like, how does Cardboard Box feel about Nicki, or is Cardboard? We're not giving her our energy. We're giving our energy to Nicki. And we all know how Cardboard Box feels anyway. She's freaking obsessed and she's a stalker. And she probably wants to, you know, pull her skin off and wear it. So, but hold your questions, guys, so I can get through these. So, all right. So I'm just going to scroll up so I can read them. We already answered like every week Onika's Empire when the lead single's coming. What is my favorite Nicki Minaj song? Oh my God, I don't even think I could pick one. Because I would literally be like sitting there like, oh, it's this one. No, wait, I like that one. No, wait, this one. No, wait, that one. But I do listen to, I would say probably the most right now. Like personally, not on Station Head, because we listen to Nicki every morning almost on Station Head. This last week was like the first week that we really switched it up with the music. I personally, though, like outside of all of this, listen to Ganja Burns the most right now, just because it's so like connected to that like past life reading I did on her and all the energy that I was getting off of her. So it just, I don't know why, like every time I listen to that song, I just start envisioning everything that Spirit was showing me again. So I like that one. But I love all of her music. So let's talk for a second about a cardboard box wanting to steal somebody's bars. Okay, I already, talked about that in one of her readings that I did just on Cardboard Box, that I said that she was going to write some garbage to try to prove herself, and that she was going to really copy her and like get called out for it. But this is the thing too, you guys. She's doing the Kardashian stunts right now, right? Where it's like, I'm gonna do things that I know that's gonna get everybody talking, good or bad, right? And especially too, you guys, because when does Cardboard get the most attention? When she's defending herself on Twitter against the Barbz, right? When she's fighting with 13-year-olds on Station Head, telling them to go like, hurt themselves and stuff. We've already answered that. Hi, Mike, and I'm not taking questions right now. We're answering the previous questions. So the thing is that that's what she's doing. And you guys, we all know, we've seen, like, she literally said Kris Jenner gives her advice. And she's, had Kylie in the WAP video and everything. So she's either, you guys, I really honestly keep getting a very high probability of, like, because that Hulu deal that the Kardashians have isn't just for them having a show, it's for them to like produce shows, so they could, say like, oh, we're producing this show and it has nothing to do with any of the Kardashians. And I keep getting that, she might end up doing a reality show with them, or we might see Kris Jenner managing her, because she still don't have a manager, right? So she's definitely, though, she's really following the whole Kris Jenner marketing plan. So that's exactly why her first time that she wants to get up on the internet, on Beyonce's internet, for God's sakes, on top of that, and tell everybody, I wrote it. And then what did you write? You took 3 of Nicki's verses and like reworded them slightly and then acted like Meek and screamed over it. Because literally, do you guys not also see that she was rapping like Meek? Let me yell. Like the microphone is like 3 towns over. And then on top of that, the beat was in an entirely different country than her. And she just couldn't find it. So it's like... Well, and it's like, why are we supposed to give you a cookie for doing what rappers do? You said that you call yourself a rapper. Rappers write. Well, you know what? Maybe she thinks that because 6ix9ine isn't really popping anymore, that she's just going to take his place as the most problematic screamo rapper ever. But it's like, why are we supposed to praise you for doing your job? Like, is she gonna like sit there and give me flowers because I cleansed my tarot deck before I used it? Like, oh, you saged your cards. Good job. Like, are we in kindergarten and we need to get applauded for doing the simplest of things that we're already supposed to be doing? Right, the real Mitch? And I just thought it was so funny, like, when she's like, I did this in 48 hours, and everybody's like, we can tell. Oh my God. And this is the thing. I'm like, girl, you can't even string together an entire sentence to tweet. But we're supposed to believe that you could write bars that could like go up against anybody. Okay. Oh my God, Princess Teddy. I'm just dying laughing. So you guys want to know if Nicki is going to respond. Nicki's not going to get on Twitter and say anything. Like, this is the thing, you guys. When it comes down to it, like, Nicki sees exactly what cardboard is doing, right? She knows, she sees right through it. Like, you're just trying to use my fans, you know, to get your dumbass trending on Twitter and to keep doing this and keep talking about you and streaming your music so that way they can laugh at it or whatever. So Nicki sees right through it. So Nicki's not going to get on Twitter and be like, this bitch, and start like talking about her or anything. But what Nicki will do is, you know, Nicki will throw in a little shade somewhere. And you know what, though? Nicki's not going to do it on her album. Spirit saying, because Nicki already has most of her songs for the album anyways. I feel like there's still one or two that she's working on. But Nicki doesn't want to even waste like 1 centimeter of wax on her album to talk about that girl. You know, so to her, it's like, oh, well, the next time I hop on, you know, like a song with NBA Youngboy or whoever, I'm just using him as an example, that's when I'll throw my diss in, you know? It'll be like when she was dissing Lisa Ray in the, what do you call? Oh my God, I have Trolls video or song. But she will tear her ass up. We know that. And what Spirit is saying is the way that she will tear her up will be in the most intelligent way possible. Nicki is going to use so much freaking wordplay, parallelograms, like she's gonna pull everything out of her damn pocket, be using all these big ass words that even us were gonna be running to the dictionary like, what the hell does that word mean, you know? Like, she is going to do it in such a freaking way that it's gonna take Cardboard Box 100 years to solve the riddle. And then when she does, she'll be 97 and she'll be like, well, now it's too late for me to respond. I know, I love that. I always quote that one on the Station Head show. Imagine sitting around in group chats, mumbling and cackling about the queen instead of paying your motherfucking bills. Broke people shouldn't laugh. I love that. Oh, I don't think she does either, Princess Teddy. That's why I said it's so, like, I really feel like Nicki's like, you dumb bitch. Like, everybody knows how dumb you are. Like, let me show you how freaking dumb you are. And it's like Nicki's got the dictionary out. What is the longest, most confusing word I can use in a rap? Just sitting there on Google. What is a word that has 85 vowels in it or something? Right, David? I mean, that's the thing. It's like the monster. Just all you ever have to do to shut anybody up, play any of the Roman songs or Monster. That's it. That's all. Nobody will ever be able to do any of those. I know, Blessing. That's what I was surprised how many people didn't catch that either. And what was crazy, you know, I loved how she did that though. The wordplay on that one was really good too. That was actually like, you guys, this is the thing too. I thought that Dip should have really like blew up more than it did, because it was like the beat, the video, the visuals were great. Like Tyga's part was good. Like the whole song was like so good. I still listen to that song all the damn time too, especially in the car. It was such a bop. I'm like, nobody was really like talking about it. They were just making fun of Tyga as always. Barbie Onika, we can shut her up with just anything. Let's not forget that in 2015, this is the same person who said, "Oh my God, Nicki Minaj is my idol, and she really makes me want to be a rapper someday." I know, that was the problem, Gabby. We should all go, like, you guys, after this, let's all go stream Dip a few times or watch the video a few times. And of course, please, please, please keep streaming all of her music, but especially, you know, Super Bass, anything that's that close to that billion, so that we can push everything over the edge. So, and somebody asked if we're going to get a deluxe album for the next era. And I answered that last time, I think. I've answered that a couple times. I know, Amani. And you know what, though? This is the thing that that I always say. Literally, like, everybody on Young Money, like, makes bops. Everybody. Like, I know, like, the whole Tyga thing because, you know, everything that happened and stuff. But, like, Tyga actually has some freaking, like, Tyga's got some bobs and he's got some bars. Yeah, stream Super Bass and Fifi. I know. And you guys, you know what? I still keep getting, I don't get Nicki even caring to submit her music to the Grammys next year, regardless of whatever way that they do it. Because to Nicki, it goes even deeper than that. Because it's like, okay, so if you say you're taking that away, but the same people that have behind the scenes started so much crap with me and tried to blackball me are still associated with it, then how does that really benefit me? Like, how is that better for me? You still have the same jerks that were trying to F with me over there anyways, and now what? You're just gonna give me an ass kissing Grammy so that people will, you know, want to turn around and be like, oh, let's forgive the Grammys. Because trust me, you guys, if they do turn around and want to give Grammys to people like Nicki and The Weeknd next year, that is 100% a kiss-ass Grammy, the same way that they gave Beyonce those, you know, or gave Meg and Beyonce the Grammys for Savage just to kiss Beyonce's ass because Beyonce was like, I ain't performing no more. And they're like, no, we need Beyonce to perform. So let's give her a bunch of Grammys, you know, make it up to her for that time we didn't. So it's, to her, it's like, I think that Gabby, she will get awarded and she will get her Grammy at some point. I just don't think the next Grammy Awards is where she's going to want to do it because it's still too fresh. And like I said, she's still going to be like, yeah, but the same jackass that like tried to blackball me still works for the Grammys. So why would I still want to like go over there? You know, like you're not apologizing to me. You're not doing anything special for me. You know, like why would I still want to go there? I do not know about that, the real. All I know is that they always talk about people submitting their music to the Grammys or like submitting, you know, their work to the Golden Globes, and then, you know, they have to hope that they're going to even choose to nominate them. So, yeah, I feel like in a few years, because I just feel like, and exactly, Imani, I keep getting that there's going to be a different kind of awards. And you know what? I think I talked about this on Station Head, that I saw that there was going to be a different kind of awards, and it was going to be something that like you know, the way that like Tidal was intended to be, where a bunch of artists came together and it was supposed to be about them owning their music and having streaming rights and having a platform where, you know, they weren't being messed around with. It feels like it'll be an award show like that, like a bunch of artists, you know, or industry people getting together and saying, we're gonna do a really, you know, different kind of awards where we let fans vote and we're letting, you know, other artists vote for each other and everything's transparent, you know, so it's like the new Grammys, the better Grammys. I know, Barbie Onika, and it is the scammies. And so, exactly. But you guys, I just also want to say this too. This is why you have to love Nicki so much. Because Nicki has never taken the easy way out. She didn't sell her soul. She didn't sleep with everybody. She didn't sacrifice anybody. She didn't sign a 360. She never bought streams. She didn't use payola. She never went and bought a Grammy. She would rather be given those things because she earned it or not have it at all. And that is why they're mad. A 360, Coco Chanel, it's basically where you have to, like, the record company or the record label basically, like, you know, pays for everything up front, but you then have to repay them for everything. So people get stuck in these contracts because it's like everything that you do, they're taking all of the money back. Pharrell was just talking about this on Instagram. I think the Shade Room reposted it. And they keep all your tour money, all your merch money, all your publishing, all your masters, all of that. So that's why, you guys, when we saw Cardboard Box saying, when she was defending selling the dolls, and she said, I still have to make money, that's because she was sitting there telling you, I don't make any money off of music, and I have to go make all my money outside of things. And the worst predatory 360s, you guys, if you say, for example, make a shoe with like a Nike, guess what? They'll take all that money too, even though they don't have anything to do with it. Because there are 360s that are like that too, that they literally will go trademark and license your name. So anytime that you do anything, they get their cut of it. It doesn't matter if they didn't have anything to do with it. It don't matter if Louis Vuitton himself came up from the dead and said he wanted you to model for his clothing line. That check is going to Atlantic, and they'll give you 50 cents. So, and no, it's not. And that's why, you know, a lot of the other artists will be in situations too where it's like, as far as like the music and streams, they don't make any money, but they make money touring, you know, because they don't own the publishing. So then they don't get any of the streaming rights or any of that stuff, but they get paid for the tours. So there's different ways of being in really bad deals, basically. Nicki is not in one of those. Before anybody makes any assumption, do not worry. That's why Nicki turned down deals and why she waited so long to get signed, because she was not going to sign a 360, and she does own all of her publishing. You know what, Imani? It's because a lot of times people do not understand a contract. And think about it. Is if, say for example, Imani, that you come to me and I run a record label and I'm like, oh my God, Imani, I want to sign you and here's your contract. And I'm going to be like, so this is how we're going to do it, babe. We're going to take care of everything up front for you. Don't you worry at all. You're not going to have to come out of your pocket. We're going to pay for your studio time. We're going to pay for photographers and makeup artists and hair people. We're going to put you on the Tonight Show. We're going to do everything, and don't worry. How are you going to pay for it? Oh, don't worry, because, once your album's done and you're making money, we'll just take what we need back from that. But then you get everything else. But yet they don't understand. They're not telling you the truth, which is for every dollar you make, we're keeping 99 cents of it. And basically, it also cost us, because we're using payola and stuff, since it cost us $8 million, to get you on the chart and to get everything together. And you only made $8.5 million, and then we also have to pay your managers and your publicists. Well, now here's your $20,000. Because there's literally stories of some of these people that, if you watch on YouTube, look up people that got into those kinds of deals, because they talk about it. There's literally people, and people have said it on the Breakfast Club and different interviews and everything over the years too, that they've said stuff like, I made $20,000 off that album, and people were like, that album went platinum. And they're like, yeah, the record label took everything because of the contract. Yeah, and that's why it's so dumb that they're out there buying Birkin bags and iced out chains, because it's like you're buying all that on credit, but your whole career is also on credit. So, hey, Flipsy, welcome, babe. So then by the time, that Atlantic or whichever label is behind them, says, well, we're not making enough money off of you that it's worth investing in you anymore. And then all of a sudden, here you are out on the street with absolutely no money, because they never let you make any money. And any money that you did make, now all of a sudden, here's the credit card company calling and being like, we need you to start making payments on that Birkin bag, and you're like, fuck, I don't have any money. Yeah, Gabby, you guys can drop your questions. It is horrible, and what I loved about how Pharrell put it, that it's like, you go to the bank for a loan to start a business, you pay back the loan over time, but the bank isn't going to come and own all your trademarks, all your products, all your copyrights, all your patents, and all of your business by the time that you're done paying off the loan. But that's the way that a 360 is. Yep, Imani. And it's all smoke and mirrors, So, oh, thank you, Matthew. And you know what, Imani, too? That's also how they lure in more people, because think about it. If you're seeing, for example, just because I saw him earlier posting up about how he bought a Rolls Royce and that he had all this money supposedly in Ali Chapa, right? if you're another 18-year-old kid, or even if you're 14, 15, you know, and you're looking at NLE Choppa and you're like, damn, that kid's only 18, he's holding $100,000 in his hands, standing in front of this Rolls Royce that he just bought, then what are you going to think? I want to do that. So then it's going to be really easy that if you do have the talent enough to get somewhere that people would want to sign you, then it's going to be much more easier for them to convince you to get into one of those 360s, right? Because especially if you are like, say, NLE Choppa, you're a young kid, you don't know how to read contracts, you don't know what business is like, you don't really know the ins and outs of the industry. So you're just ripe for the picking for them to just take all kinds of advantage over you. Exactly. And that's why we see, you guys, that like so many of these people live in Airbnbs and lease cars. So yeah, but Amani, look at what happened to Kesha when she tried to get out of her contract. Like, they always say you willingly signed it unless you can prove that it was completely under duress, like you were drunk, you know, or like on a hospital bed in a coma and somebody picked your hand up and like made you sign it. Then usually you're stuck in it. And if they can't help you, you know what I mean? And if you don't got no money, how are you going to get financial help? So we've answered that last week, Robin. Yep. Well, David, I can't really blame like the young ones. You know, if you're 30 years old, then there's no freaking excuse. But if you're like a 16, 17, 18-year-old kid that came from literally nothing and you were on food stamps your whole life, then all of a sudden it's like, oh my God, you know, like it just seems like it's the thing. And like I said, they lie, they hide things in contracts, they do all kinds of stuff. You know what, Gabby? I feel like she has one, but she don't even use it. Like, that's why we catch her here and there. Well, she'll accidentally like something or tune into somebody's live. Because I don't get that she actually like even uses it. You guys, every celebrity has like a spam or burner page. Not because they're like, you know, doing the Demi Lovato thing, like, oh my God, I want to like hate on Selena Gomez from a fake page. But because a lot of them are just like, oh, I want to go see what's on the Shade Room, but I don't want to accidentally like something as I'm scrolling down. And then everybody's going to be like, oh my God, Gwyneth Paltrow was on the Shade Room today, you know, or whatever. So it's just, you know, it's that kind of like, I can kind of like spy, but I don't have to be a hater either, you know? Yep, Kiara. TLC got screwed bad by Pebbles. So this industry is so dirty. I don't feel like she's stressed out yet. And so like I feel her being really focused, but I also feel her being like a little annoyed, you know, because of stuff like I didn't want to have to be forced to come back before I was ready, you know, like to do the charity concert, or you know, like, oh, somebody was supposed to get me a beat or a sample or a feature and they didn't yet. Like, you know, it's just those little things that kind of you're like, I'm really trying to make sure that this thing is perfect. So when something doesn't, you know, work out exactly like the way that you would want to, or you feel like worried that it's not going to, of course you'd be a little annoyed. But I just feel like if she's, you know, like, I don't feel like she feels like she's not stressed out about pressure. Like she's not stressed out about like, oh my God, you know, are people not gonna like this, or are people gonna hate me, or, you know, is Meg's video gonna do better than mine, or anything like that. Like it's not that. She just holds herself under pressure because she is a perfectionist. I know. Happy, happy, happy 7 months to Papa Bear. Oh my God, that would be so cute. Oh, Jaden, you need to follow us on Station Head because I have exposed all of that and talked about it literally like every day on there. Oh, her and Katie are fine. Oh, and somebody asked earlier about like the Kardashians like seeming to have like pulled back from them, and or from Nicki or whatever, that they're distant from her. This is the thing. Nicki was Kanye's friend first. And so, not that I think Nicki is gonna go and be like, let me go, like, you know, get in the middle of their divorce and take sides and tell Kim that she's a hoe or anything like that. I just feel like naturally, like, it just makes more sense, like, for Kanye to keep Nicki in the divorce as a friend than it does for them. And especially, too, because think about this, you guys. The Kardashians are the biggest opportunists ever. And so they're going to, you know, hop on whatever that they think is going to be an opportunity for them to make money, be talked about, be relevant. So it's like if Cardboard's the one that's calling and saying, tell Kylie to put a thong on and be in my video, you know, then they're jumping on that opportunity. And I honestly keep getting like Kris Jenner wants to manage Cardi B. And so she's, you know, gonna try to also be more on her side because she wants that deal of like managing her. Which, you know what? Let them all like sink in the same boat. Let her go work with them, because then when she does more dumb shit, everybody's gonna blame the Kardashians for it. And then they'll blame her for everything the Kardashians do. And then they'll constantly just get so much shit thrown at them from every different direction. Oh, no, I didn't know that, Matthew. So, Gabby, I don't get that she's gonna perform anything new. Not anything that's gonna be on her album. She doesn't want her new songs to come out like that. And honestly, because you guys also keep in mind, there's gonna be like 85 people like that they're gonna end up having perform, you know, so it's like each person's probably only gonna get like a couple minutes. So I feel it maybe being like more of a mashup of some of her like best songs, or her doing something like maybe she might end up doing Starships like as an ode to the Caribbean. Because I keep feeling her trying to like bring out some old music, but like music that she knows like everybody's gonna love anyways. But she doesn't want that to be the place that she's premiering her new stuff. But yeah, it's gonna be available for everybody, babe, because it's a public fundraiser. Oh, I totally do, John. I definitely do. Nicki like really, really, really like actually likes Carol G. Like legit, like they became friends, you know, making that song together. And so she really does like love that girl, like has love for her. And Carol does too. So I feel like they've already talked about when they will be able to perform together. And they'll make more music again together in the future too. Not like immediately, but down the road. Well, remember Carol sent her like a bunch of presents for Papa Bear and a big old congratulations card, and Nicki posted it. And it was, if you looked at the post and you saw the order that Nicki posted, like the thank you cards, they're great, Glenda. They just took pictures together like, when was it? Like a month ago? 2 months ago? Yes, Princess Tatty. I always notice that. Like, you can always tell when Nicki like really like loves like a girlfriend, because the way that she like talks about them and the way that she talks to them, you know, is like you said, like she gets that excitement. Like, it's my friend. She likes her. I don't feel like she has any problem with her. Oh, thank you, Sonia. You guys, Nicki doesn't not like Sweetie. So, and we've addressed that like a billion times over here too. Like, she likes Sweetie. It's just, she feels like, you know, like, I know how Quavo is. He's a fuck boy, you know, like, now she sees it too. Now everybody gets to see it, because it wasn't just me calling him a fuck boy. Now everybody's saying he's a fuck boy. I mean, and do you guys like literally see how much everything that Nicki was telling us, or all the things that she was being like hated on for or bashed for talking about, have all been proven? The Grammys, Quavo, like everything, like I swear to God, and it's all lining up right before she comes back. Because I'm telling you guys, it's the justice era, it's her redemption era. Now everybody's taking her serious. So, ugh. Well, I'm just saying, she did tell us that he was a fuck boy and he acted like one. So, but, and you guys, everybody is gonna be like, just so, I feel like people are gonna love Nicki's performance. And I feel like then people are just gonna get even more thirsty. You know what I mean? Like, now that we got like a little glimpse of her for a song, like people are even more like, Nicki needs to come back. So as much as we see people like acting like that now, like, oh my God. Well, Gabby, she was also pregnant. I mean, that was the sad thing about that, was, you know, the girl was pregnant too. That's why she was getting out of breath. But yeah, she's definitely working out. Glenda, I literally just answered that. Hey Omar, welcome. Well, exactly, Blessing. I'm like, what would even be like the purpose in her? Like, because we have to think about this too, you guys. The things that she said and the people that she named, like Quavo, who cares? You know what I mean? But I'm talking about like some, like when she talked about bigwig people, when she talked about the people that run the Grammys and everything, that would be the worst thing for her to lie about. Like, why would you lie about that? Because you already know that these people hate your guts anyways. So it's like, it's not lying to get out of it and be like, no, but I'm the victim. Because we already knew like people weren't really going to take it serious, and they weren't taking it serious. And so if she was lying about that stuff, it would have just put her in a worse position. I know. Yeah, I know. And that's what I felt so bad for her, that she felt insecure about it, you know, but um well, Gabby, I think that that was also a lot of the depression and stress and anxiety that she was going through. Because I mean, this is the thing too, you guys. When people want to like be mean and say stuff about how Nicki gained weight during like a certain era, Nicki's weight gain during that era also lined up with the constant bullying that Nicki was going through. And what do people do when they're depressed? Some people like eat to make themselves feel better, or you know, because maybe they don't even eat that much, but they just, you know, are like staying in the house because they're like, oh my God, you know, I don't want to go outside. Everybody hates me out there. So then you're not working out, you're not leaving the house. So it's, you know, I think it was about that. You know, people were beating up on her and she was depressed. Well, and this is the thing too, you guys, and I'll answer the super chats in 1 second. I'm just want to say this. We've been talking so much about, you know, taking women seriously, about cyberbullying, about all of that kind of stuff, right? So everybody needs to really remember that when it comes to what Nicki went through. Because Nicki really got so effing bullied. And that's exactly what that hate train era was. I honestly think by us calling it a hate train era, like we're kind of making it almost a little more lighthearted in a sense. Because it was literally the time that everybody on the internet thought it was okay to bully Nicki Minaj for some reason. We'll get one, Kayla, when she's closer to the documentary. Yeah, blessing. You know, I don't really like eat a lot in my depression stages, or when I just like feel really like overwhelmed or stressed out. But I really don't feel motivated to get up and like move around or anything either. So, and yeah, Kenny that has been keeping her in the gym since they got together. Yeah, Isis, Nicki and Doja have a song coming out. Um, and we have 15 more minutes, guys, and then I'm gonna have to start wrapping it up because baby daddy is gonna start heading over to get the kid. Uh, you know what? I'm so random. I thought Nicki looked great at every size. And this is my thing that I said. I am so jealous of her ability to still keep her arms so skinny no matter if her weight goes up or down. Because sis has the teeniest little arms. And it's not like she has like muscular arms, you know, or anything like that. She literally just has like these skinny little arms that like she never gains weight in. And I'm like, I'm jealous. I want your arms. It was, you know what, every time that we talk about like that era, I just want to cry for her because, or we talk about like what she was going through, because you guys, like, how horrible is that? Like the things that people were saying and doing to her, and like the fact that she couldn't like do anything without people tearing it apart. Like, how like awful must that have felt? Like, I just want to cry for her, like, just imagining the pain she must have felt, like, being so ripped apart by people. Yeah, it'll be midsummer, guys. It was supposed to come in June, but they pushed it back a month. We talked about that too, guys. But the reason why they pushed it back was because there's unreleased music in the documentary that Irving is getting registered so that she can drop it along with the documentary. So they're just like trying to make sure they have all their ducks in a row behind the scenes. Right? I wish I had skinny arms. That's why I was like, the fact that Nicki, you know, can gain and lose weight and her belly like always goes back on flat and she has little tiny arms. I'm like, you are very blessed. But if you look, there is a lot of women from the islands that are built that way, that they do have those tight teeny waists, you know, and like the thinner arms, but they still manage to have boobs and hips and butt. And I'm like, so apparently if you just want that natural hourglass figure, you gotta like be born in the Bahamas or the Caribbean. Oh yeah, I am happy that she's taking her time and doing it in her own way. Well, Sonia, she don't need a mommy makeover. Did you guys not see her, like the pictures that she did post after she had the baby? She snapped right back from him. A mommy makeover, it's when you get like basically they just like put everything back where it went, or you get a tummy tuck and a BBL and like booby lift. So, oh, it's gonna make people really have a better understanding of her and what she went through, and really have some empathy and sympathy for her too, and an appreciation of the talent that she really does have. You know what, Victoria Jackson? Is Cardboard did that on purpose. So, and the only thing that anybody saw was her butt, and it looked exactly the same as it always does. Like, really, like Barbie Onika, like, she just looked exactly the same from behind that she always looked like before she ever even got pregnant. Like, we all know Nicki's got thick thighs and a big booty. Like, that doesn't make you fat. So, I thought she looked good. Right, Princess Tatty? Exactly. um, you guys, though, like, just, we can't talk about anything related to surgeries because it's against the law for psychics to talk about anything health related like that on the internet like this. And plus, that's disrespectful. If Nicki wants to come out and tell everybody, hey, look, I got a BBL in Colombia or wherever, that's her business to do it, but it's not our business to sit here and pull tarot cards and see if she did. So, Isis, right? I was like, Red Lobster. She really is a Barbie. Yeah, I was like, Shea Baker, right? It's like, yeah, there's lots for us, Teddy A. Can't talk about pregnancy, anything health related, cannot give financial advice. That's why when people are like, can you give me a lot of numbers? Even if we got them, we would not legally be allowed to give them to you. Yes, they are. And you guys, make sure, let me just remind everybody, Station Head, if you guys don't know, because everybody always asks how much it costs, it's a free app. You can get it on the App Store. If you want to be able to listen to the music that we stream during the shows, because it counts towards Nicki's streams. So we listen to, you know, music and stuff, but it's a talk show, so it's not, you know, required that you have to connect your Apple or Spotify, but the Station Head app itself is free. It's just if you already have Station Head or Spotify, you can connect it. But we do uncensored shows over there, and tomorrow afternoon we're gonna have Starseed Revolution, aka Desi, and Erica, Carlene, and myself, and we are actually going to talk about all of the stuff that's going on with the government, the aliens, government's acknowledging that aliens and psychics are real, why they all of a sudden actually want to give us the money that they do, the race war, everything that's going on. So we're going to be talking about that tomorrow afternoon. If you guys want to join us, it'll be at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 Eastern. So Victoria Jackson, yes, we have talked about that over and over and over here on Fridays. So there's so much stuff, you guys, because YouTube is constantly censoring new words or getting upset with people for talking about certain things or whatever. So that's why it's like I have to, it sucks because there's so many things that I want to talk about on YouTube, and I'm like, oh, can't say that word, can't do this, can't do that. But like on Station Head, oh, we be cussing, we be talking about everything. I be reading the F out of people. We be streaming Beyonce and Nicki Minaj, like it's lit. It's an experience. So yeah, they do. And like the crazy things that you can't even say, like just certain words that you can't even say. And I'm like, I'm not trying to talk about RAPE. Like I'm just, you know, like if I can't even say the word COVID, like I'm in, why? We're all in the middle of this. Now you can't even, you have to say panorama. And I'm like, but are we not in the middle of a panorama? Like, why can't we just say when we're in the panorama? So that's why I was like, YouTube, you're so confusing. Oh, Princess Tatty, that's the thing too that's so annoying, because when you try to listen to somebody like the commentary or drama channels, and they literally have to beep out like every other word, and then you're sitting there and you're like, what word was that? Like trying to like figure it out, because sometimes it's like every other word is beeped out and you're like, I don't even know what you were talking about now. Oh, it's so fun over there. Yes, so there's always the link on my description box, as well as on the community tab for Station Head. And you guys, we keep trending over there too on the music charts, and like because we're playing Nicki, so it's helping Nicki's stream, so that's what's amazing too. So yeah, they are, Barbie. But you know, the problem is because it's people like the Jemmy Chihuahuas and Shame Slauson and racial slurs and all of the lawsuits that they cause and all the trouble and drama and adpocalypses and all of the stuff that goes on, you know, that's why we end up not being able to do or say anything over here because of people like them. So I'm glad you made it too. All right, let me see. Is Papa Bear's name something creative? I'm so random. I've talked about this before. Like, because Nicki is making sure that she's being protective, like spiritually and otherwise, over Papa Bear, there's a reason why she put out pictures but not his name with it, and is gonna wait so long in between because she's just making sure that nobody can be like, you know, running to a witch doctor with this picture and his name. So because of that, Spirit's just saying, like, for her protection and the baby's protection, there is certain things that, because, let me just put it this way, because of the crap that Nicki has gone through, and because it wasn't just people bullying her on the internet, it was, like she told us in Ganja Burns, they went to the witch doctor to try to bury the Barbie, had to abstain from sex, had to zen my body. Like, she was basically saying they were putting, you know, roots on her and trying to curse her, and she had to go get herself cleansed and protected. And so there is certain, like, things that Spirit, like, doesn't want. Like, there's gonna be certain questions, you guys, sometimes that they say, we don't want you to, you know, we're not going to answer that for her protection or for her spiritual protection, or she will address it eventually, and we need to let her talk about that when she's been told that it's time and she's okay and she can. Well, in Ganja Burn, she said God blessed her with visions. With dreams and visions. But every single, like, watch the spiritual deep dive videos that really explains it, but every single person in Hollywood, in any position of power, even in corporate America, has psychics and astrologers. Oh, thank you, Irene. Love you, babe, and I'll see you next week. So, you know, and because a lot of times it's, am I going to get this job? You know, am I going to get this movie? Am I going to, you know, get a Grammy someday or whatever, you know? And for some people, unfortunately, when she's, you know, you're in a situation like she was, then, you know, they're also letting you know, hey, look. So, but I gotta get going in a moment, you guys, because baby daddy's gonna start making his way over here to get the kid. Oh, thank you, Amani. You're so sweet. And I love when you guys are like, I want you to read for Nicki. I want you to read for Nicki. But then I'm like, that's why there's certain celebrities that I can't ever read on my channel, because they are a client of mine, or somebody who's extremely close to them is. So it's like, I'm not allowed to talk about them, you know, because that's not fair or nice. So that's why I was like, you guys, like, have to rethink that, because if Nicki suddenly decided that she wanted me to be her psychic, I might never be able to talk about her on my channel ever again if she said no. And it's like, I love her, like, it would be a dream. But then I'm like, I was thinking about that the other day. I'm like, what if she did and she's like, I don't want you talking about me on YouTube? And I'd have to be like, you guys, I can't, I'm sorry. You guys would be so mad. You'd be on Twitter like, damn it. No, Isis, I'm a Libra. I don't have any Pisces in my chart. So, but that's why I was like, I know it sucks. I was like, because my dream people to read for is Kanye West, Nicki Minaj, Michael Jackson. I can't read for Michael Jackson because he's on the other side, but he talks to me, so I can read with him instead of for him. But I'm like, maybe someday I'll get to, like, meet them. Yes, Shireen. So, no, I'm not an astrologer. I'm still learning astrology. Like, that's the thing that I was saying. I've had so many mentors for, like, magic, for everything else. But I've never had a mentor who did astrology for some reason. Like, I never, ever found found one like that. So I'm now like, you know, finding information, trying to learn. Yeah, Lamar Townsend does birth charts. He's really good. So, and you guys, if you did want a reading, by the way, because I always forget to say it, there is, Baby Daddy added a few more appointments on the calendar for you guys. So there is super discounted 15-minute and 20-minute readings up on the website. So if you did want to book one, there's only a limited amount of them though. I think he said he added 10 more because he had to squish them in onto my calendar to be able to fit. And thank Baby Daddy for that, because he helps me with my coupon codes and specials and stuff, because you guys know I am not the like tech person, and I always end up messing it up somehow. So. If you can't make it to an appointment, like as the client or the psychic, because my name is the same everywhere, Clinton. Psychic Bella Love on Twitter, Instagram, Station Head, and YouTube. Yeah, I use the same name everywhere because it's my name of my business. So, but if you're not going to be able to make it to your appointment, you have up to 48 hours on the site to change it. Oh, if I can't make it, it's very rare that I can't make it. Like literally somebody had to die or I'm like really sick. But if I can't, like I let you guys know and I say like, hey, like, you know, could we do it in an hour or tomorrow or whatever, you know, like I try to get it taken care of, like rescheduled as soon as possible. So, but anyways, guys, yes, there's the link on the community tab. There's a million links on the community tab to the Station Head. Because I'm always posting over there for the shows. So, but I will be over on Station Head tomorrow afternoon. Oh, and then you guys, for those of you who didn't hear this morning, because I announced it on Station Head, on Sunday, a friend of mine who was a celebrity stylist and worked for all of the big name Rodeo Drive, you know, Balmain's, all those kind of places that used to personally dress and style a lot of these big stars, is going to come on Station Head on Sunday afternoon and spill some tea and wait until we talk about, well, if you guys missed it, I was talking about some stuff with the cardboard box, but we'll talk about it again on Sunday. Yes, he said he's going to, Amani. He's going to be there. So I have to call him tomorrow night so I can explain like how, you know, I can add him in, because he is just like nervous about that. He's like, what if I don't know what I'm doing, like to log in? And I'm like, it's so easy, but I gotta, you know, call him and explain. But he's excited. And I told him, I was like, you know how excited the Barbz are? And he was like, oh my God, I'm getting nervous. I love him though. You guys will love him. He is one of my very close friends. And I love that I get to introduce you guys to my real life friends too. So yeah, so it will be lit on Station Head this weekend, guys. You really don't want to miss it. So, and if anybody has any questions or wanting to know about that Illuminati mess, we break it all down over there too. So anyways, guys, I love you. Can I send out a reminder? Reminder how? Like I always send out the little thing letting everybody know I'm going live, and I post about it on my community tab and on Instagram. It'll be 3 p.m. Pacific time and 6 Eastern tomorrow. So All right, guys. I love you all so very much. And I will see you guys all on Station Head all weekend long. I hope everybody is having the best night. Make sure you guys are subscribed and make sure you hit the like button on your way out. Love you. Bye, guys. And just to let you know, too, I always save these, but sometimes if you don't see it up right away, you guys, it's not because I didn't like save it. It's just YouTube takes forever sometimes to finish uploading and processing it. If for some reason, when it's through StreamYard, it's like uploaded immediately, but when you do it through YouTube itself, it just takes longer. So they always end up like within 24 hours popping up. But love you, babes, and I will see you guys all this weekend. Bye.